everything. Is it true you put your hand in your pocket to pay players and help players out and all that stuff? Because there's rumours coming out that you have done that, which is a very honourable thing to keep everyone on the straight and narrow, I suppose.
In the difficult times and the hour of need, I put the offer out there, and so far nobody's took me up on the offer. It was just in case that in the uncertainty of what was going on, if there was someone who needed to get hold of some money, or they needed somebody to pay bills, and if they had no other option than to ring me and come and see me. But I like to think 95% I'm a good bloke, 5% we're all got our own agenda, but you have to do your best, and you have to be as helpful as you can in these circumstances. Because remember, you lads know, like I know, these lads have to give blood every Saturday for us, don't they?
Yeah.
If you want them to run through brick walls, then you can be the most technical coach in the world, but people don't give a shit about that some of the time. You've got to be willing to effectively die for the cause in the sport that we're in, and that gets no recognition. The worst thing for it is a lot of the players and staff, if I'm honest. Remember, I'm older than all of them, to be fair. It's uncharted waters for them. We're all supposed to live in this sort of glamorous sporting world where, as you lads know, there's only a few people make a lot of money in this game, and a lot of the lads are on average money, to say the least, and some are on low money, certainly the young lads. So certainly with the kids who were in the academy house, that it was distressing for them. And thankfully, there's a good set of lads at Worcester, like most of the clubs that there are. Ollie Lawrence has took Ollie winning. Various other lads have got the lads living with them and stuff. But it's just the uncertainty, and the breed of professional players these days have never had jobs, to be fair, apart from rugby. They're that generation below where I come from. So they're used to having everything given to them, really, and expecting quite a lot of stuff given to them. And when your livelihood's taken away from you potentially, then it's difficult. They might have had to deal with a girlfriend getting rid of them, or a bit of rejection that way, or not getting picked, for example. But actually being told it could be over has been difficult from the young kids right the way through to the senior pros here. Well, to a man, they've all stuck to as we've said, sticking together, and it's a difficult time. I'm pretty sure if we can get through it, and we're getting through it, we are getting through it, and I'm not going to bullshit you there. We are. The players have been paid, the staff have been paid 60%, 65%, and the owners are looking to fulfil that commitment by the end of the week to the other staff. So it's not easy, but again, there's no point whinging about it, lads. There's only 13 of these jobs in the country, isn't there?
How is the landscape now? Is it accelerating positively, or is it ever changing still?
Well, it's going positively, Jim, and I'll tell you why. One, the playing staff and the majority of the backroom staff got paid over the weekend, which is a relief for the immediate sort of paying your mortgage, paying your rent, etc., etc. But the next thing is, if it would have gone tits up, then they have to be in the shop window. So we had to keep them training, and it had to be mutual. I can't tell people who effectively thought they weren't getting paid to train if you're not getting paid. It's certainly the game we play. So we took contact out, but if anybody knows me over the last 10, 15 years, we do very little contact anyhow these days. But we took contact out, we cancelled the game in Inverness with Glasgow, and they were brilliant about that. Glasgow, must thank them. They were really understanding about it. But what we did do was we kept them fit. We kept the running going. We kept the skills going. We kept the stuff low level, sort of against bags and stuff going. But there's still an opportunity, unfortunately, for people to get injured. But again, and I'll refer to you two because you played more recently than me. If you go into practice half-heartedly, you get an injury, don't you? And
I didn't try much, but yeah.
When we got to flick the switch when we go into practice. Now, over the weekend, they've come in today. Honestly, they've been outstanding. They've trained really well. Of course, everybody says that in pre-season. But for what these lads have been under, and for what I'm asking them to do moving into London, Irish, Exeter, Newcastle over the next 3 weeks, listen, it's a miracle we've got a team going to London Irish. If we put in a really good performance, having played no games, it's going to be another miracle. And if we can win the game, I'll get knighted and I won't have to get.
Right, good stuff. Can you give us a bit of information on then what has happened, what is happening currently around the ownership? We've seen stuff in the press around various different aspects of the land being moved around, all this stuff. Jim O'Toole's come in, the ex-CEO, and he's got a proposal to put together. Where do we stand in terms of the current owners? I know more comes up for sale as well, the football club. Are they looking to get out? Are they looking for a new owner to come in and take everything on? Are they still actually saying we can make this workable?
Yeah, well, I think the current owners are in a position where it's a cash flow issue. Forget the debt for a minute, because as long as you can service the debt, you can run businesses. Most of us know that, who have got our fingers in other pies. I think part of their land moving around has been to subsidise the business over the last sort of summer period when we know there's no crowds in May, June, July or August. And I think they're looking at all options. From what they've communicated to me today is that if a potential purchaser comes in who can take it on, then great. If not, they're working hard behind the scenes to find another solution.
Last thing I want to ask you then, Dimes, I saw a comment. I had 3 great years at Worcester. I say great years. I enjoyed my time there. I had a great connection with the fans and Cecil Duckworth, not so much Richard Hill, but we won't go there. I saw you said something about what they've done previously, overpaying people, and those players didn't put it in for the jersey. Was that aimed at me as well or not? Because I ain't happy about that if it was.
Absolutely not, because I'm not saying that in front of me. Fortunately for you, you've got a long and distinguished career right the way to the very end of it, till they walk you into the graveyard. But no. When I say I'm not picking on anybody individually, but if you looked at the talent that Sale have had over the last 10 years, 12 years, and you looked at the Worcester talent, it's non-comparable. And last year when I first came here, people from opposition clubs would come and say, "Dams, how did they get it so badly wrong?" And I think it's a brilliant, homely, community Premiership club, but it's needed a kick up the arse for a long time. And various people have tried to do it. Some of those people haven't known how to do it, if I'm honest, didn't know what they didn't know. But for me, it's got a big, long history. It's got people like the Duckworths, the Allens, who have done a magnificent job with it. That the legacy needs to remain and be built on. And, I think if the current owners can get the finance sorted, or the next group of owners get the finance sorted, then I think not become a sleeping giant, but could awake. And it could be a force to be reckoned with.